Hello, my name is Terrorist Andrew, and I will blow up your house.
Go kill yourself.
Okay, now, my name is Jacob, and go ahead.
This is Syrian Airsoft, and what you're watching right now is a gameplay commentary of me playing Battlefield 4 on Zavad 311, I believe that's the numbers. I don't know. It's just Zavad something.
Alright, we're going to be talking about our opinions of Battlefield 4 and what we have personally thought about it and stuff.
See me die right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're terrible at this game. Alright, so weapons and balancing, diversity of weapons, attachment diversity, all that interesting stuff. Let's talk about that. Andrew, what do you think?
Alright, so weapon balancing, I personally believe that balancing of all the weapons spot on. But DICE really does go above and beyond when it comes to weapon balancing as far as I've been into Battlefield. And something that other games that start with C,
Fanboy alert.
yeah, shut up. But yeah, you get the picture. It's just a lot better at balancing. Oh, and by the way, this commentary is on the 360 version of the Battlefield 4 gameplay, and the weapons I'm using in this are the AK-74, not AK-74, the AKU-12, basically the AK-74U, but modernized, with the Cobra red dot, a compensator or muzzle brake, can't remember, and I don't know if I'm using an angled foregrip now, or no, right now I'm using an ergo grip, but I eventually switched that out for a angled foregrip.
Okay, what do you think about the attachment diversity?
Attachments in Battlefield 4, it's actually really neat, because unlike in Battlefield 3, what you have is, in Battlefield 3 you have one type of holographic sight, well, technically two, you have the Russian sight also, but you also have like two versions of a red dot, two versions of two versions of each, whatever. I'm going to leave it at two versions of a red dot sight or a holographic, to put it simply. And then in Battlefield 4, what you get, because they add that third kind of country in there, which is China, you get Chinese red dot, Chinese holo sight, and on top of that you get about 3 or 4 different types of suppressors you can unlock, several different knives. Let's see, you can see that there's several different types of barrel attachments other than just suppressors. You can get different types of lasers, a green laser, a laser and flashlight combo, a tri-laser beam, which is basically, like if you've seen Predator, that 3 laser beam targeting system that the guys got, which is pretty cool, and obviously the basic lasers, and everything has their different attributions, and others have different ones, and some of them they do the same thing, but they're just kind of like cosmetic. Some of them, it kind of opens up that personalization to the game, and I personally like that. I don't know, if someone doesn't, well, I don't understand why. But back to you, Jacob. What do you think?
I think there's guns in there, and I think that's pretty interesting. In a first-person shooter, you really want to make sure that you have enough weapons to entertain the individual, and I think Battlefield 4 provides weapons, which is a very good feature in a first-person shooter.
Highly needed for it to be a first-person shooter, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, this is a commentary. You don't have to be a smartass.
You know what?
I'm gonna call you out on that. Graphics. So, what do you personally think about graphics?
Well, when it comes to consoles like 360 and PlayStation 3.
Alright, let's go with current gen first, and then talk about next gen.
Alright, so when you're talking about, wait, current gen isn't like 360 and PlayStation 3, or?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, so 360 and PS3, really the graphics, they have changed a little bit from Battlefield 3. Not all too much, but they have gotten better. And on PC, really, to be honest, when it comes to PC gaming, it really depends how your PC is built, so I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. But when it comes to next gen...
Maybe 11-foot pole, but not a 10-foot.
Quiet. But when it comes to Xbox One and PlayStation 4, actually today we were playing Battlefield 4 also on the PlayStation 4, and now that we're this commentary being on the 360, this gameplay has been played the same day as Xbox, or PlayStation 4 I should say. The difference in graphics is actually pretty overwhelming, if I do say so myself.
And this is coming from a freaking blinded a guy that can't see any improvements in graphics usually.
Maybe quiet. It's just okay, me personally, I just prefer gameplay over super great basic graphics because obviously.
Then you wouldn't like Rise Son of Rome. Definitely would not like that. Then.
Yeah. Let's not get into that. But yeah. So pretty much the graphics are much smoother on the next generation. There's not as much what's the word?
Latency.
Latency. There's not as much edging. Like they're
aliasing.
Aliasing. That's what he knows more about technology than I do. More about guns and first-person shooters. And better lighting and just more additions, I guess you could say. Like the maps are larger, of course. 64 players, whereas this is like 32. Plus the commander modes, which that adds an extra 2 to the game, but not characters. It also does add a what is it? I don't know how to explain it, but there's like when you're swaying your weapon around and you have a laser, it adds. I noticed something about like the laser actually does something. It's a little more detailed into the game. It's definitely a very, very amazing game. Like when I first saw PlayStation 4 gameplay of Battlefield 4, I actually was kind of like confused if I was watching like a movie or something, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Battlefield 4, that's a video game. And that's how easily I get confused when it comes to computers and technology and everything. So don't judge me on that, but just leave it at that.
Yeah, when I saw Battlefield 4 running on a freaking nice Samsung Plasma, Battlefield 4 900p, it was a 55-inch, up converting to 1080p. I actually didn't really notice any difference. It looked like it could have been 1080p. It was pretty damn nice looking. There was some aliasing issues, not as bad as current gen, but I will give it that. It was very sharp looking. The textures were definitely very nice.
Yeah, speaking of aliasing, you could actually kind of see, I think about right here somewhere, if you look closely around the edges and everything, you can see some of the aliasing.
Like up by where the American flag was?
Oh yeah, around the flags are generally where they are at, mostly noticeable. Something about the flags too is that they're not really that sharp looking.
Not the flag poles, but like...
The flag itself.
No, not even that. Just like... Yeah. Like just some of the poles or... I don't know. Yeah, like the fence right over there.
Yeah. I was actually talking to one of my friends about gameplay, and he was saying he didn't really play the game too much to understand, but he was playing like Team Deathmatch Hardcore on Siege of Shanghai, I believe. And he was saying to me, he only played like 1 or 2 matches of that same exact map, and he was saying, well, the gameplay's not that much different from Battlefield 3. Well, I have to kind of disagree with him on that, because Battlefield 3, the problem with the gameplay in that was actually...
I want to play GTA 5 now. I'm sorry, go on.
Be quiet. But every single engagement you had, it was very, most of the time it was either close quarters, or it was long distance, or it was mid-range, and that was every single, or most engagements in that single map. such as an Operation Firestorm in Battlefield 3.
I hate that map.
Most of the engagements I came into contact with actually were with snipers or
Right.
long-distance assault rifles.
Wait, which map was that?
Operation Firestorm, where you're in the desert and
Yeah, wait, is that one of
it's
the
like an oil refinery?
Is that the default one of the default maps?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I hate that one. I also hate that Metro one where there's
Oh
like a
yeah,
train
a lot
station.
of people hated that one. I don't know. I feel like during the beta they really chose a horrible map to use.
Yeah.
But back to the current game. So the gameplay in Battlefield 4, they actually designed each map to where there's sniper engagements, there's assault rifle engagements, there's submachine gun distance engagements, so there's long distance, medium distance, and short distance engagements, which
And that is very helpful, by the way, for somebody that sucks at Battlefield.
like you, which I'm not doing all too hot in this match either. So.
The only reason why I really like this map that the gameplay video is on is because it stresses Andrew out, and I think that's funny.
Yeah, I actually hate this map. I'm just saying. I do much better on different maps.
Like, he was freaking whining like a little baby when he was doing the gameplay.
Yeah, you shut the hell up. But no, it's the gameplay is amazing to me. I feel like the commander mode during Conquest and Rush game modes and in other game modes actually adds a very interesting twist to the game, because now in commander mode, what you can do is you can actually, one of the funniest things about it that I found was you can actually send down a basically a predator missile or a launching missile from wherever, I don't know.
I heard about that.
It's actually really interesting, but it's not like you send one down every single minute. You have to have a certain command post to actually be able to do that. And you can also send down care packages full of ammo. You can send vehicles.
Wait, have you ever played it yourself?
Yes, I have. And
Yeah. Have you ever been the commander?
oh yeah.
Is it fun?
It's pretty fun, and also one thing about it is, if you really want to be a dick to your team, you could just sit there. And this is about to end.
Wow, America won. No shocking. No shocker there.
Wow. Well, this gameplay is over, and this commentary is just about done. And one more thing is vehicle implementation in this game was actually really good, well executed.
I love tanks.
There you go. And this has been Syrian Airsoft and
Global Gaming 101.0. And we think you're very sexy. And we would like to leave it off on a very flattering note. Goodbye. Whore.